Imagine executing a desperate, real-time survival strategy to rebuild your family's fractured dynamic, thinking you are migrating to a remote, off-the-grid Alaskan wilderness for a fresh start, only to watch your beautifully structured universe violently fracture under the crushing weight of a brutal winter and a dark timeline of severe domestic abuse. This is the breathlessly high-wrought, profoundly devastating, and utterly magnificent reality that consumes Leni Allbright in Kristin Hannah's monumental contemporary historical masterpiece, The Great Alone. Standing as an absolute triumph of the coming-of-age, family tragedy, and survival fiction genres, this spectacular novel functions as a mandatory addition to your audiobook playlist, where every howling Arctic blizzard and raw midnight confession rings out with flawless emotional clarity. The narrative masterfully traces the volatile timeline of the Allbright family across the unforgiving landscape of 1970s Alaska. Ernt Allbright, a former Vietnam POW battling the exhausting internal trauma of severe PTSD and deep-seated structural paranoia, drags his fiercely loyal wife Cora and their 13-year-old daughter Leni to a remote cabin in Kenai Peninsula. Hiding behind a heavily armored psychological shield of maternal devotion and absolute surrender, Cora continually forgives Ernt's unhinged cycles of explosive violence. As the pitch-black Alaskan winter traps them in close quarters, Leni must weaponize her sharp intellect and resilient survival skills to protect her mother from the real monster lurking inside their own home. Hannah masterfully structures an exceptionally nuanced, fast-paced rhythm, effortlessly layering rich, atmospheric world-building over a poignant, unblinking exploration of severe mental health struggles, parental alienation, and the liberating journey of trauma recovery. When Leni enters a close-quarters personal alliance and deep-seated romance with Matthew Walker, a local boy whose unyielding loyalty becomes her ultimate anchor, Ernt's intense protective jealousy triggers a high-intensity psychological war zone. The audiobook format breathes a thrumming, deeply intimate life into this addictive, tragic saga, utilizing a god-tier conversational narration performance by Julia Whalen that perfectly renders every low rumble of marital dread, witty partner chirp, and breathless whisper of panic. It is a triumphant, heart-healing masterwork that will leave listeners completely spellbound, proving that when the foundations of your safety are completely smashed to ash, the absolute safest move isn't trying to outrun the wilderness, but having the enduring courage to hold the line alongside the found family who shares your soul.